Hi guys, welcome to Programmer Guide. Now I'll discuss about Docker basic command. So now let's start with the first command. It's Docker version. So Docker software is already installed. If you don't know how to install a Docker, I have created a separate video for that. You can create your own lab of Docker. You can even check out those videos. The next command is Docker images. This command generally lists all the images, but I cannot see any image here. So to download the image, the first things we need to do, we need to go to the Docker Hub. So let's go to the Docker Hub. The Docker Hub page is hub.docker.com. After that, you just click on the explore these sections. Once you click on this page will open, and here all the list of images are available here. So in the left side, you just click the official images to list out official images. So let's say I wanted to use one of the Nginx image. Just search it, Nginx. How to pull an image? The command is already written here. You can see it. It's a Docker pull Nginx. So just go ahead and run it. It will download the image from Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a public repository for all the images. It will take few seconds of time to download the image in your Docker system. So Nginx image download is completed. Now let's check. You can see the Nginx image is downloaded, and here are few things are available like repository, tag, image ID, when it is last created, and the size of the image. We'll discuss about the tag in the next few minutes. First, let's try to create a container using this Nginx. The command is docker run Nginx. So docker run, it's the image name. You can see it started. But one thing you can see, this container is running in a foreground. So its process is started and it is showing entire log in this session. Then my cursor cannot able to come out from this page. So what we need to do, just press Ctrl C. As soon as I will press the Ctrl C, it will exit it from the container. So let's see the container. How we can see the container? It's docker ps command. Now I cannot see any container because I press Ctrl C and container is exited. So exited container we can see it by adding -a. So docker ps-a. Now you can see that Nginx container exited. So how can we run this container in the background? The command is docker run -d. D is for detach mode. Enter. Now you can see the cursor came out and I can see the terminal. Now once again run docker ps. You can see the container is up and running for 15 seconds. So once again docker ps-a. In that you can see the previous one is exited, but right now the new one is up and running. Fine. Now how to stop a container? The command is docker stop container name, or you can use container ID. So I'm using container ID. Now once again you run docker ps-a. You can see both the container is right now exited. Fine. Now how to start a container? Let's say docker start, once again container ID on name. So container once again started. You can see the uptime is 2 seconds. Now how to remove a container? Command is docker rm, once again container ID or container name. I'm using container ID. You can see the error because this container is up and running. So you cannot remove a running container, but you can remove a stop container. So once again use docker rm, the one which is stop. You can see the container is removed. But we forcefully wanted to remove the running container. In that case, you need to use docker rm-f this container ID. Now see, container is removed successfully. Now let's once again run the Nginx container. So you can see container is up and running once again. Let's try to remove docker images. First list out the images. Command is docker images. Now how to remove an image? Docker rmi. I is for image. Now give image name or image ID. I am using image ID. Now when hit enter, now it is saying we cannot remove the image because there is some container running on this image. First we need to go and remove those containers, then only we can able to remove this image. So once again docker ps-a, this time docker rm-f. Now see, we can pass the parameter like 2 at a time, container like this. But another way we can do it quickly, like we can give some initial character. Let's say first is 0f, second one is 47. So both the container deleted. Now we can once again go back docker images and run docker rmi image ID. Image is deleted. Do you need to pull the image always for running the container? Answer is no. You can directly run the docker run command, and that docker run command internally search in your local repository. If docker images already exist in your local repository, then docker will create a container using that image. Otherwise, it will automatically download the image from Docker Hub. So let's try one example. Docker run, the image name is hello world. So I'm trying to run the hello world image directly without pulling the hello world image. So it's the first line is saying unable to find the image hello world locally, trying to pull the image from Docker Hub. So image is pulled and also containers run. It displayed the message hello from Docker. Now let's try to list out the image, Docker images. You can see hello world image is here. Now let's try to see the container. You can see the container also created. It printed the message and exited. Now let's run Nginx container one more time. Here you can see it is always trying to find Nginx colon, then after that latest. Nginx having a multiple version. How this latest image is downloading? To know that, we need to go to the Docker Hub. If you come to Docker Hub, you can see there is something called tag. So if we are not passing anything, it's always take the latest version. So what is the latest version? It's a 1.19.2. So you can either specify latest or you can directly specify 1.19.2. This is the same image. So by default, it's always download the latest image. If you want to download some specific image, that time you need to specify the actual tag name. Let's say I wanted to download 1.19.2 Alpine tag. So what I need to specify? I can specify any of these tags. Let's specify the last one, Alpine. Let's see the Docker images first. You can see the Nginx downloaded the latest version because last command I did not pass any version or tag name. So this time I will pass a tag name called Alpine. Once again it is downloading and starting the container using that Nginx Alpine image. You can see Docker images. Here you can see there is two Nginx available. One is with the latest version, another one is Alpine. So if you want to use any specific versions after image, you just need to specify the tag name. Corresponding container will be launched. Let's see the Docker PS output. Here you can see we just ran two container for Nginx. One is running for latest image. You cannot find the tag because by default it is always the latest. For a specific version, we mention the tag, and you can see the two different container with a two different version it is running. Another useful command is inspect command. The command is docker inspect and provide the container ID. In that inspect command, it will give you the entire details of that container. That means how this container is running, which path it was mounted, which network it is using, everything it will give you. Now one fun fact about Docker. Have you seen the funny name coming for a container? So whenever we are creating any container, we are getting some funny name. So let's create one more container like Docker run Nginx. Every time whenever we are running any containers, some random names are coming. Yet the funny fact is, you can see the first one is always an adjective and second one is always some name. Here actually the fun fact is Docker is having a name generator program. In a Google, you can directly search Docker name generator. You can find the GitHub link, and here you can see the left side they have created one array with a different adjective. In right side they have given some renowned people name. It could be a scientist or hacker or computer programmer or philanthropist, something like that. The last part of this code is very funny. You can see it will never create a container name like Boring Wozniak because explicitly mentioned Steve Wozniak is not boring. So that's the funny fact about Docker. So Docker names are coming from this generator code only. So let's say you wanted to specify some name for your container. So how you can specify the name while creating a container? If you want to specify a name, then that time you just need to run docker run hyphen name equal to some name. I have given like web server -d is for detach mode, and after that image name. Once again Docker PS. This time you can see the name whatever you have specified, it is showing it here instead of using the random name. So that's it for this tutorials. Thank you all. Hope to see you in the different tutorials. Till then, goodbye.